Good morning everyone, this is the Kia EV9 GT, 508 horsepower, 96 kilowatt hour battery, and today we're going to do a range test at 130 kilometers an hour. How different is it to the normal EV9, which I tested, I don't know, 2 years ago? I have no idea. I'm charging here to 100%, then we go. I'm again at this charger, not at Ionity Passau, because there's a construction zone from this entrance of the highway to the other charger. That's 10 kilometers of speed limit of 80 kilometers an hour, and then in both ways if I do this. Problem here is it's a kilometer from here to the highway. So my average speed is not amazing, but this is a very quiet charger. Since I do the tests here, I have never seen another car charging. The car has of course a heat pump, it's fully equipped, it has 21-inch wheels, 285s, oh my god. I'm gonna drive in eco mode and not in I-pedal, so it's really just using one motor, trying to be as efficient as possible. It's nice and warm already. It's gonna be hot today, but hopefully we're way done before it gets really, really hot. Summer! I am on my way and I'm driving 133 on this head-up display or this wonderful cockpit. I didn't reset my trip, I forgot, but we have the current trip. So last time I started the car and this was from the charger, and we even have since charge. That should also, after charging, it didn't reset. Yeah, that's great. Definitely charged, but it didn't reset. Okay, consumption so far is horrendous, even though there was no uphill but acceleration onto the highway, but I'm sure it's getting down. I'm really in eco mode, I'm not in I-pedal. You can see that here 97% is for driving, 2% for the electronics, 1% for climate. It's 14 degrees out there. I have my climate on driver only 21 degrees. I think it's barely heating, if even. Like you see here, 360 watt, that's nothing. So we'll see how this drive goes. I'm excited. Okay, when I turned around, it switched to 75%, so I used 25% of the battery and I drove 85.5 kilometers. That's, oh god, I forgot, 342 kilometers. But when I look at the consumption, 31 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and the car has a 96 kilowatt hour usable battery. Isn't that less? I have to calculate, I don't know. Consumption is high, but expected. 11 degrees, everything is perfect. The heat is not doing anything. I think this is almost the most efficient I could drive. It's awesome. What distance am I on? I'm in 3 distance. Why? Whoa. To fix that. Since I don't need the AC, I don't need the heat. It's perfect. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I started vlogging on my 3rd channel, Behind the Battery. So everything that happens around the car, or if I get new info about something, really awesome. Subscribe and watch. All right, let's talk about how the Kia EV9 GT is on the highway when you drive 130. And suspension is amazing, already said that in my review. It's really comfortable, it's quiet. The cruise control is always with Kia, it's fine. It's not extraordinary. The steering assist is great, so it doesn't bug me or anything. But what it has, when there's no car in front of me and it's straight, it goes a tiny bit left, right, just slowly. So it's not like ping pong fast. It does it slowly, but it does it. Huh. I don't know. And in both directions. So I turned around, so in this way and in this way. And I calculated, by the way, battery capacity with this consumption only get to 307 kilometers of range. So we'll see what's happening here. It's possible our range goes down dramatically in a state of charge. Is not very linear. But I remember the last Kia I tested, it was fine. But it wasn't an 800 volt system, it was the EV4. I'm at 50% and drove 162 kilometers, so 324 kilometers of range. I already navigated to my charger at the end. I turned off preheating of the battery. I don't need it. We're not gonna do a charging test because this car charges the exact same way than a normal EV9. Already did that. And so far it thinks I arrived with 28%. I calculated a bit and I think I know where I go off, but we'll see if this aligns with the state of charge at arrival. I want to arrive with around 12-13%, something like this. Consumption went up a bit as usual because the way where I turn around is usually a tiny bit downhill, and then backwards it was a bit uphill. So I turn around, navigated back to the charger. It thinks I will arrive with 12%. It's, what is it, 66 kilometers to go. We'll see. Because I thought I could drive a bit further. So when I calculate when I take the 320 kilometers of range we had before, I thought I could drive 280 something kilometers, but now I'm only driving 260. So we'll see. But so far, great drive. Amazing. I'm at 25%. Drove 238 kilometers, average consumption is 31.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, went down a tiny bit. We have 18 kilometers to go, and it's, I think now I arrive with 15%, not 11. If you want to charge for free, use Encharge. Encharge is an app, you install it on your phone, and when you are at a charger, you rate that charger. You give Encharge a few information. Can you charge there with a trailer attached? Is there a playground? Can you get food, toilet, or something else? And for this, you get kilometers and stars. And these you can exchange for charging credit. And when you live in Germany or France, you can use the charging credit within the Encharge app right away without a charging provider to charge somewhere. Use the link in the description below to get 20 kilometers to start with. I arrived with 18%, my driving data, kilometers, time, and average consumption. What a wonderful drive, and also what perfect conditions. Again, no AC, almost no heat, perfect temperature, sunny. Summer tires on, yes, gigantic tires, and I didn't preheat the battery to get here. So this was almost perfect. It could be a tiny bit warmer, but then you need the AC. So maybe this was the perfect drive. And I calculated the range and I get to 317 kilometers with a 96 kilowatt hour battery at 130 kilometers per hour GPS. Well, that's what you get. I'm charging now to 80%. I'm gonna do my next range test with 110, which makes a bit more sense for this car, and especially in other countries. If you wanna compare range results, there's a link in the description below to a Google spreadsheet where all my range tests are in there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.